Welcome back to Movies That Matter, the podcast where entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. I'm Chris Flaherty, and thank you for joining us from the podcast studio at Burlington Cable Access Television. Today we'll be discussing the mystery comedy from 1934, The Thin Man, which was released on May 25th by Lowe's Incorporated, it's not the hardware store, and produced by MGM and Cosmopolitan, not the magazine, Productions, based on the novel by Dashiell Hammett, I probably mispronounced that, which was published the same year, and it was directed by W.S. Van Dyke, from a screenplay by Albert Hackett and Francis Goodrich, and the film stars William Powell, Myrna Loy, Maureen O'Sullivan, Nat Pendleton, and Skippy the dog as Astra, uncredited, I guess.
Uncredited?
I don't know. I saw it in the opening, or I was looking at it online, but then I didn't see him in the credits. I was like, that's kind of rude. But anyway, I'd like to welcome back my guest today, who's here to talk about the film with me, Sarah Eshelman, English and journalism teacher here in Burlington, North Shore resident, and southeastern Pennsylvania native. Welcome back, Sarah.
Chris, thank you so much for having me back.
Thank you. You're like my classic correspondent.
I will take on that crown.
Yeah, because you get me to watch films that were made before 1950 that aren't made by Disney. So
perfect.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And this was a funny one, I gotta say.
Isn't it so funny?
Yeah.
I was watching it last night, and I've seen this movie so many times, and I'm just sitting there just giggling. Just absolutely laughing.
I was laughing a lot. Yeah. Just the main character. Well, we'll get into it.
We'll get into it, yeah.
In your own words, tell me, what is The Thin Man about?
I'm going to kind of do an advertisement.
Yeah, go for it.
There is an eccentric inventor who says he's going away for a while, and no one knows where he went. And then months passed, and suddenly bodies start piling up, and everyone's thinking, who's doing it? Is he the killer? Who's the killer? Why are people dying? And you know who is not on the case is Nick Charles, because he is on vacation with his wife, Nora Charles, and he would rather be on a case of scotch.
Yeah.
However, because he is a former detective, everyone thinks he is working the case, and then he does eventually figure it all out. Mm-hmm. Featuring the dog, Astor.
Yeah. Figures it out pretty easily, I think.
Oh, yeah. He's clearly he's clearly one of those like that sort of type of detective who is 10 steps ahead of everyone else, and is very, very good at his job. But it's just really fun to see how he's very reluctant in some ways to get into it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how did you first discover this film?
So should we give people a heads up about what this podcast today is
really about?
Yeah.
There might be some tears today.
Might be some tears, people.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about grief. So in a way that films and grief and love, because grief is really just love. Mm-hmm. So The Thin Man was one of my mom's favorite movies. Mm-hmm. It was one of the movies that we grew up watching all the time. It was a classic holiday movie because it's a good holiday movie.
Yeah, I was say, do you consider this a Christmas movie?
I absolutely do.
Okay.
It's a Christmas, or even a New Year's Eve movie. I would also call it kind of that in-between time between Christmas and New Year's. Yeah. And it's one of my mom's favorites. And so she passed away a few summers ago, in summer 2024. And this movie, she always wanted, you know how everyone has slideshows of photos at funerals and things like that?
Yes.
My mom was like, I don't want that. I want quotes. Oh. I want quotes. I still made a slideshow of photographs. So sorry, Mom. But one of her quotes that she loves is from this movie.
Which one is that?
It's the one. So this is not a total spoiler, but Nick Charles does get a little lightly shot, I think maybe is the phrase. Yeah. But nothing. This is 1934. Hays Code is not violent. And it's reported in the papers. And his wife says, I read you got shot 5 times in the tabloids. And he said, that's not true. He never got anywhere near my tabloids.
Yep. That was great. Yeah. That's awesome.
That was one of her favorite quotes. So this was just a movie that I grew up watching. We watched it so many times growing up. Again, just classic Christmas. And it was just, also, as I said, one of my mom's favorites.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any knowledge? Did she share the novel with you? Or did you ever read the novel?
No, she didn't, actually. Okay. It's kind of funny. She was very much a bit of a advisor in terms of my taste, which is why I think I have exceptional taste in everything. I think if I don't know. I should actually read the books, but I feel like if the book was really good, she would have told me to read it. Because it's like when I wanted to see Lord of the Rings, and she insisted that I read the books before I see the movie because she was a huge Lord of the Rings fan.
Okay.
So I never actually read the book. I do know there are sequels to The Thin Man. I've never seen them because she said, "Don't bother."
Okay.
I think they're just silly. I think I hear that the stories get a little bit sillier and sillier.
Well, it's interesting that they're still called The Thin Man.
Yes.
When spoilers for a film that's like over 75 years old, the Thin Man dies.
Yeah, the Thin Man. Yeah, it's a total red herring.
Yeah, like Nick is not the Thin Man.
No, that's right. And I think somehow Nick became the Thin Man.
Yeah, that's what I read.
Happened.
Like people like had the misconception that he was the Thin Man, and then they just leaned into it for the marketing.
Exactly, because that's what that was Hollywood at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did your mom like really influence your taste in movies growing up?
I'm trying to think of this question. I think a lot of it was just sharing. It was very much of like, hey, this is what we're watching together. Sometimes my brother and I would talk about, I have an older brother, and we would talk about sort of the funny family movie nights where like, I don't know, most families watch like nice movies. We watch like Mel Brooks, like The Producers.
Nothing wrong with that.
I definitely saw Blazing Saddles before I was in middle school. Like, so there was very much like a let's watch movies. I think for both my parents, it was like we want our children to be cultured. So like this is culture, and you need to know culture, and this is. So in a lot of ways, my mom was sort of the arbiter of like what is a good movie, what's worthwhile. And like I cannot emphasize how much she knew. Like I think I know a little bit about movies. She was like Google before Google existed. Dedicated listeners might remember last time I was here was the Audrey Hepburn summer.
Yeah.
And
Which seems forever ago. I'm sorry.
I know. No, it's fine. I mean, life got busy.
Yeah.
And she was a big part of that because I sent her an email being like, hey, Mom, here are the movies I'm thinking of doing. And she had a comment for every single one because she knew every single movie.
Wow.
So she just knew a lot and had so much enthusiasm and so much curiosity. And that really, I think also, I'm very similar to her. And I think that kind of like fed into my love for movies and my curiosity for movies. We were kind of like movie buddies in a way because like we both get really like interested in a film, and like she'd see me kind of geek out and she'd like encourage me to geek out and know things. Okay. So I think it's like just both being very similar in that way, like in terms of how our brains work, but also just kind of like showing me like all the cool like behind the scenes about movies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really nice. So what really sticks out with you when you watch this movie?
It's so fun.
Yeah, it is.
One thing I remember my mom saying about this movie was, and I would be very curious actually, Chris, to hear what you think. This is the best depiction of a married couple in cinema. She would argue that. She would say like, because if you think about it, Nick and Nora are clearly into each other, clearly love each other. But you see them after they've already married. So there's none of that like rom-com first meet. Like they're already married, they're already established. And there's no real marital conflict at all. Like the conflict is the mystery. The conflict is like, oh no, what's going on? They themselves don't have any conflict. They're a team. They tease each other. Yeah. And it's very playful. But you also can tell they absolutely adore each other. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we just don't see established married couples who clearly are into each other as much in cinema.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's usually like either the rom-com or it's like the marriage is ending and drama and like pain.
As someone who just joined the club recently, we razz each other a lot.
Right, like it's a more realistic depiction though, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
They're very fun. They're back and forth. I love their banter.
It's so many little details too.
He sucker punches her at one point.
But yes, and that's when it doesn't translate to it. But he did it to protect her because she was in the line of fire.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite scene. Like, can you put the gun down? Like, she's fine, but I'm shy.
It's like I'm a very nervous fellow.
Yeah, or then he was like, shoot, I mean, what's on your mind? I think that is my favorite.
This is such a quotable movie. I love it.
I know. Yeah. I really wish I wrote down more quotes.
I just gotta watch it again.
I am gonna watch it again. We're gonna talk about that. Back on subject of how do you think films and media help us process our grief and I guess, how does this film specifically help you process your grief?
Is it okay if I make you answer the question first and then I can give my answer?
Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah. I know we talked about this before.
Yeah, I have a laundry list of films that get me emotional. I guess you know I talked about the Lion King and the significance of that I had with my father. I think I connect to Simba because I feel like was in that shadow for a long time, and then once that shadow went away, I was kind of like unprotected. I didn't know what to do, and I felt like there were some big footsteps that I could, or paw prints,
that literal scene.
Yeah,
when he's
that I was
stepping.
like, wow, I don't know what to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of like Simba, like you're kind of like, okay, now it's time to grow up. It's time to be the man. And that, I mean, I definitely struggled afterwards for sure with my grief. So it's therapy in a way with that one specifically. I remember in 2022 there were like all these films that came out that just dealt with death in some way.
It's like eerie when that happens.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there was the big Black Panther movie that dealt with like Chadwick Boseman's death. And that is one of the most surreal theater experiences I've ever had because like obviously they deal with it right in the beginning. And then they do like the typical Marvel fanfare intro. And like instead of like seeing all the silhouettes of the superheroes, it's all just him.
Oh wow! So it was a kind of like a meta grief because it was also grieving.
Because it was like they
Yeah.
killed the character off, but then like we also lost him, and the theater was so freaking silent. And and I just remember after like leaving the movie, like I just sat in my car and cried for a while. So it was like in that sense, it's like an antithesis.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it is like when you're seeing a depiction of grief on screen, kind of mirroring your own.
Yeah.
Like, I think I found that's happened to me like a few times. Like, I know this is not actually a movie, it's a TV show. Am I allowed to talk about a TV show?
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine.
So the title might put some people off, but it's actually amazing. So the title is We Are Lady Parts. It's about.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah,
it's a very unique name. You don't forget that one.
You don't forget it.
Yeah.
It's an all female Muslim punk rock band.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
so good. Highly recommend. But there's a scene like at the end. I was watching rewatching the series and kind of forcing my roommates to watch it. And there's a scene, I think, at the end of the first season where there was just this really sweet mother-daughter conversation. And it's just really sweet. And it's like a really important part of the plot. And I just remember like I was like sobbing afterwards because I was like, I'm not going to have that again, you know?
Yeah.
So having that kind of feeling, I think for me a lot of times, so that was like a time where like my grief sort of like very closely mirrored what I saw on screen. I think for me, because movies were such a huge thing for me, for both my mom and I, like, again, she was a huge movie geek. She knew everything you can possibly know about movies. I was, again, kind of like Simba, following her footsteps, like just desperately trying to catch up and try to catch on to the same amount of knowledge that she had. So for me, I kind of use movies as a way to like honor her. You know, like I don't know how you handle, you know, anniversaries.
I think around like his birthday and Father's Day, I watch The Lion King a lot.
Yeah.
That's typically what I do.
Yeah. So like you kind of like mark the day. Like I've kind of been doing the same thing. Like Mother's Day, actually, I saw The Thin Man last year because I was like, and my dad called me to kind of check in, and I said, I'm watching The Thin Man, and he was like, oh, that's perfect. But I think speaking of like films that were like, oh, this is really eerie. For her birthday this past year, her birthday is September 19th, and that's a permanent day off for me from work. So my bosses hear this, like, listen, that's always going to be a personal day. And I went to see A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey with Colin Farrell and
oh my God,
Margot. Have you seen it?
I've seen the trailers, and I know what happens, so I'm like, okay.
I don't think I was not aware.
Right.
I was not aware. But then here you go, and this is maybe a spoiler. You have Margot Robbie playing a character named Sarah, first of all, who is grieving the death of her mother. And I'm watching this on my mom's birthday, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
Like, that is like eerie. That is so, but it was really cathartic for me. And also didn't hurt that, like, two things didn't hurt. It didn't hurt that, like, the hospital scene that's in the movie had no resemblance to the hospital scene in my real life. So like that was kind of nice. And then of course having like Colin Farrell being like, "I'm in love with you, Sarah." I'm like, "Ooh, okay."
It's so weird how it just comes out of nowhere sometimes.
It really does.
Like,
yeah.
A few days after he passed, like I was staying at my mom's house, and we were just like, let's watch a movie, and we watched the 2021 West Side Story. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna put myself on blast as an uncultured theater swine for a second.
Okay, no judgment.
One of my father's favorite songs was always, oh God, now I'm going to sound even worse. Somewhere or Someday.
Oh, I think I know. No, I'm feeling bad. I'm with you. I'm in the trenches with you. I don't remember, but it is. Yeah,
but
Somewhere,
it's
Someday.
from West Side Story, and that came up, and my mom and her are like, "What?"
Oh my goodness!
And it's not. I'm not saying he was a big West Side Story fan. Mm-hmm. He was a big Streisand fan. Sorry, Dad. And she covered that a lot. Oh. So,
but then just like you kind of walked into this movie not realizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That actually happened twice in the same week.
Oh my gosh.
Because we watched The Adam Project. It's like a Netflix original. I don't know if you know about it, but
there's a Ryan.
It's Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, and the kid who plays Percy Jackson.
Okay.
And basically Percy Jackson like has just lost his dad.
Oh my gosh.
And then like Ryan Reynolds is like he's a hero from the future who's playing like the kid from Percy Jackson. I'm just going to call him Percy Jackson. Yeah. Percy Jackson is his younger self. So Ryan Reynolds comes back in time, and then they both team up to like save the future. It's a silly movie, but it was kind of cathartic. But then they both go back in time to see their father, Mark Ruffalo.
Oh yeah.
And there's this last scene where like Mark Ruffalo like kind of gives them like the final father talk, like I'm really proud of you, and I'm like, damn, that's
like tears.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, well, can't get that anymore. All right.
Yeah. It's I mean it's kind of the nature of grief as well. I think I actually like last year went through there's it's like a faith-based grief support group called Grief Share.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. I went through it twice because you kind of go through it once and you're just like sobbing every single week, and then you go through it one more time. But it goes through just all the different elements of grief, and what you call it, those like waves. Mm-hmm. Like I know I was just saying like sort of earlier how like recently I just moved to a new place. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And even with my excitement, I can feel myself like crying. So I'm thinking, oh, my mom will be so excited.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it's going to happen because we grieve so much because we loved so much. Mm-hmm. And I know it's a cliche, but it's extremely true.
Yeah. No, for sure.
So kind of going back to, I think, this idea of what do movies do, I use movies as a way to honor her. Mm-hmm. Like on those anniversaries, I do something that she would like to do. Like I would watch a movie, or I would eat pretzels, like, nice. Mm-hmm. So it just kind of that kind of way to, and again, just sometimes seeing your experience mirrored. That's the beauty of art, when you can see, oh, this other character is going through the same thing I'm going through.
Right.
And like that's why we love art so much, because we can connect and we can feel human and we can not feel alone, because we're not alone.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So have you watched this? Has it become more part of your regular watch list in the recent years, or you just keep it for that day?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know. I've always loved this movie. Mm-hmm. I remember, again, obviously I watched it last Mother's Day to like kind of, again, like, actually what I do is I make a choice board of activities, and then there's like no pressure. I can do whatever I want. Mm-hmm. And so I'm kind of like trying to manage the day a little bit. But I've always loved this movie. I remember like years ago, like maybe like 10, 13 years ago, I hosted a little watch party where we watched like The Thin Man, and I made like martinis because like not to,
that's
like,
the thing.
That's the thing. They are drinking so much. They drink like fish on that movie. It's hilarious. But I also remember being really annoyed because there was one person in the party who decided to talk so much during the movie. I don't know how you feel about people who talk during movies. I don't like it. No, it's like let's just watch. So. But even then, like it was an important movie to me. Even then, that I was like, everyone has to watch this movie. It's so good, and it had like a little like party, like a themed party about it.
Yeah, no, it's movie theater rules in the house.
Yeah, like no
I
talking.
mean, like we can if it's like something we've seen before, like we can comment on it.
Right, or quote along.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one of the rules from my Audrey Hepburn summer. Like, you can react, but you can't talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sometimes I listen to a musical. I'll sing along with it, but like I feel like for like people watching with me, like I won't do it because it will annoy them.
Right.
But then like if they're doing it and I'm not doing it, I'm like, this is my house. If anyone's singing here,
Yeah,
it's me.
I think mouthing along is okay.
Yeah.
Like when I think I saw The Princess Bride again like a few months ago. I know that was our first conversation. I was quoting along, but like not audibly. Mm-hmm. Like I was just sort of like, mouthing it, so to speak.
Yeah, I was by myself. I told you I was watching Beauty and the Beast, another film that helps me with grief. I was just quoting it verbatim as I went along, and I'm just like, if my wife is here, she'd kill me. So, like, any other watches that really stick out in your memory when you threw this film on? Just like when you, like, times you've watched it throughout the years.
I really just remember watching it with my parents. Like, I think maybe some years ago, because it is such a Christmas movie. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember if my brother and his family were visiting his in-laws or if they had already left. Mm-hmm. And I was just kind of sticking around for an extra day or two. But I definitely remember the three of us watching it all with a little drink, all with a little, like, martini.
It's the immersive experience.
Exactly. Yeah. And I just remember watching with them and kind of all of us laughing and maybe some little added commentary or something thrown in. Mm-hmm. I think to me it's just such an embedded family film. Mm-hmm. And it just makes me think of watching it with my family, and especially just knowing how much my mom absolutely adored it.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you watched it with her?
There was no way I can possibly. I cannot. I think I had to have been a child. Like, I had to have been a kid. I don't remember the first time. It was just, like, embedded, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have the same way with some of those movies. Like, I don't remember, but I'll say, like, I've seen that since I was an infant.
Exactly. Yeah.
So who among the cast really sticks out to you? Oh. Other than Skippy the dog?
I honestly just adore Myrna Loy and William Powell together.
They have great chemistry.
So good. Can I geek out as a movie?
Go for it, yeah.
All right. So, like, here I'm actually taking a class right now about, like, celebrity stardom, which is really fun.
Where are you taking that?
So Ty Burr, he used to be the Boston Globe's movie reviewer. Oh, okay. He has a Substack that I've been doing or been reading, and I guess it's a class he legitimately used to teach at, like, local universities.
Interesting.
And it's about, like, it's more about, like, the persona of celebrity and, like, what is celebrity, what is stardom, like, how does it work, what do the stars reflect and do for us? Like, it's very interesting. Yeah. So both Myrna Loy and William Powell used to be silent film movie stars. So their career began in the silent era. And I think we don't realize how much the advent of sound blew up the industry.
Yeah.
Like, people's careers were over because if their voice did not match their persona, like, that was it. Done. They were completely done for. Now, Myrna Loy and William Powell, though, they were kind of B-list. They weren't, like, A-list stars, but they were making money. She was a vamp. She was a femme fatale in the silent films, and he was a villain. But then the minute their voices came out, audiences were like, oh, no, we really like the way they talk. And Loy becomes more of, like, a comedian, and Powell becomes more of, like, a urbane detective.
Interesting.
So their personas shifted, but that was very much, like, the audience kind of, like, pushing that. But I don't even know how the two of them, I forget how the two of them got matched together. It was definitely, like, a studio, because studios had so much control at the time. Yeah. It was definitely a studio thing, but, like, what magic. And they respected the heck out of each other. Like, I think he described her as an amazing scene partner. Like, they were just, as professionals, they respected and liked each other, which I think to me really means a lot. Like, to know that, like, everyone had a good time on set, you know? But you can see that's why they had sequels. Yeah. You know, like, they kind of stayed paired together.
I know you haven't seen the sequel, but they kept them the entire time.
Exactly. Wow. It's because it's like, you can't, like, why mess with a good formula, you know?
Right. Yeah. That's ironic that two of the few stars that actually benefited from the innovation of sound.
It is interesting to see, like, and usually it was the A-listers because their voices didn't match the persona, or otherwise they couldn't quite navigate. But then the ones who maybe were able to, like, kind of scoot by a little bit.
I keep thinking of that movie Babylon, which dealt with, like, the innovation of sound in movies. I can't really recommend that movie.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one, but I do know what's the one with Gene Kelly, Singing in the Rain.
Singing in the Rain.
That one apparently is very accurate in terms of like how they tried to add the microphones and like things.
Have you seen Singing in the Rain?
I have. That one I have seen. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't.
Here, I will not watch Babylon based on your recommendation not to, but then you do need to watch Singing in the Rain.
Yeah. All right, I will watch Singing. It's been on my list for a long time.
And that I get you. I have a list as well, and it's like, oof.
Yeah, no, it just gets bigger, more and more. Who really stuck out in the cast for me was Macaulay, and not really for anything other than
the lawyer, right?
Yeah. Only other than the fact that I was like, I know this guy. I've seen him before, and he's the psychiatrist in Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh,
yeah, the one that basically like gets Kris Kringle like institutionalized.
I have not seen that one.
Okay, add that one.
Add that one to the list. All right.
So in hindsight, I'm like, oh, I should have known it was him. He got Santa locked up and he killed people.
It is really fun to rewatch. And I know we're kind of spoiling everything, but it's really fun to rewatch the film knowing the ending and being like, oh, like, okay. Well, I don't know. Like you can kind of see the pieces and see the mystery kind of fall in and go, oh, that's how he did it. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's why I need to rewatch, because when they revealed it was him, I'm like, okay, I need to go back and figure it out.
Yeah.
Because Nick does like kind of grandstand at the dinner party.
Oh, hugely
another
so.
Great scene, by the way.
It's so funny. Oh my gosh. It was like, well, will you serve the nuts? I mean, will you serve the guests the nuts? I do remember that line.
That was great. Yeah. Perfect transition. Favorite scenes or moments from the film? Oh my
gosh, there were so many. I wish I kept track of where I was giggling last night. Because again, I've seen this movie so many times. I'm still laughing. I love anything with Nick and Nora interacting. I love when he kind of sends her off to Grant's tomb.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, how was Grant's tomb? And she kind of like makes a little face and she says, it was lovely. I'm making you a copy.
Yeah.
But I also really love, and again, this kind of goes back into a depiction of, again, like a healthy, happy, married relationship where they're riffing off of each other. The first time we meet her, she's like, how many martinis have you had? He's like, oh, this is number 6. And he's like, waiter, I want 5 more martinis. Like, she's going to match him. Or even when he goes off somewhere, he's kind of getting into maybe a dangerous situation, and she's trying to play it off like, fine, make a widow of me. Like, I don't care. And then she actually really does care. Yeah. And gets very clearly worried for him. It's just, I don't know, again, I just love every one of the little interactions.
Yeah.
So
threatens the dog, like, if you let anything happen to him. And another one, like, where this is my dog and my wife. And like, wow, the dog gets top billing. I forgot about Gilbert.
Oh my gosh.
What a sociopath.
Sorry, I'm giggling because I'm thinking of when he meets the policeman. This is gonna make no sense to all listeners, y'all. You just have to watch this movie. It's so good. Yeah. But like the facial expressions on the policeman when he's talking to them, like, it's so good. And I think that's what makes this movie so fun, is because there's so many little deliberate things that everyone did. Everyone's on their A game. Everyone is like making facial expressions, making, physical movement. They're making choices in a scene that just heighten it and liven it and make it so fun. Yeah. So it doesn't matter like how big or how small the character role is. It all really gels and works together.
Yeah. Like that poor guy at the Christmas party.
Oh, I want to call him Ma.
Yeah, I was like, are we going to learn more about this guy?
No.
He's just there for laughs.
He's just there for laughs.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. But yeah, Gilbert's a bit of a sociopath.
Oh yeah, he's such a little weirdo. It's so great.
Yeah, and then the cop's face is like, I'm sure they're thinking like, did he do it?
I know, right? They're like, okay, we need to put this guy on a list and just keep that list close to us.
Just everything he says, and then he accuses his sister of having an Oedipus complex, and then I'm like, wow.
But also, it's not how that works. That'll be an electric complex. Yeah. Like, he's completely wrong.
Like, I think you got it backwards, pal.
Exactly.
So how do you think this film is a reflection of your tastes in movies and stories?
Only in that I have exceptional taste, and everyone should listen to me all the time
Fair
about
enough.
everything.
All right. Thanks for listening, folks.
I know, right? Sorry. But I think honestly it goes back to just, I think about this a lot too. I love it when stories are just done well and everyone involved cared. You know, in a lot of ways, it's a murder mystery. It's a comedy. It's pretty light. It's like a tight 90 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just fun, and everything really hangs together really, really well. So like it all kind of clicks into gear, so to speak. And as I said, again, with like knowing that Myrna Loy and William Powell had such a good working relationship, they had a lot of respect for each other. I mean, I don't know, I find that really fun and compelling, and I just like that. I like it when people care about the work they do and they do it well.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you gravitate towards mysteries a lot?
I do really love detective mysteries. And again, that's another, like, you know, influence of my mom. My mom was a huge murder mystery fan. She had like stacks and stacks of books. And again, same thing, she would always be like, these are the murder mystery detective stories you should read. These ones are crap. Don't read these. Read these ones instead. You know, so she definitely like geared me towards like, these are the good ones. Go read those. So I do really enjoy murder mysteries. I love the whole Knives Out series.
I was going to say, I got a lot of Knives Out vibes from this.
Yeah, definitely. That ensemble, that kind of like comedy sort of written in. Yeah.
The charismatic detective that is kind of just taking the situation very lightly. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad we made that connection there.
Yes.
Favorite piece? Well, we've talked a little bit, but any other favorite pieces of trivia or fun facts?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think now. I think just knowing about the silent era, there's no other trivia is coming to mind though. I don't know. Did anything come up when you were doing your
nothing
research?
really came up to me other than the fact that like everyone thought Nick was the Thin Man, and then they just kind of leaned into it for the sequels.
Yeah, why not?
So I was kind of surprised when the Thin Man died.
Right.
I'm like, oh, okay.
I guess just studios trying to respond to audiences.
Yeah.
But I do remember the guy who plays the lead detective, Gil. I think the man playing him was like a former boxer.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it
boxer, an Olympic wrestler.
Exactly. So, and I think this was probably his. I think he was in a couple other movies, but I think this was his biggest, like, or most like memorable role. But it's like kind of like you think about like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, you know, like, or John Cena, like people who were able to pivot from that arena into acting. And again, he clearly is having the time of his life.
Yeah.
You know, he's having just a great time on set. So just a little fun.
And you want to know the actors are having fun on set, because
Exactly.
then it obviously translates to the screen.
It translates on the screen, and it actually changes my opinion of a movie as well. If I know, like, oh, things kind of, like, I'm like, okay, I don't like this movie anymore.
Yeah, when you hear that, like, oh, there's a lot of on-set drama and controversy, it definitely bleeds into the influence of what you're watching.
Exactly.
I think of that movie Don't Worry, Darling from a couple of years ago.
I was so intrigued, and then all the stuff came out, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. So I haven't seen it, so I'm like, no, I'm good.
The behind-the-scenes drama was way more interesting than the actual movie.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll wait for that movie to come out when it eventually does.
The making of.
Yeah. Someone's thinking of doing it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Or maybe like Ryan Murphy's doing an FX series.
He will do that in 15 years.
He probably will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we do talk a little about TV here. Yeah. So.
Okay, I'm glad it's allowed.
What do you think the lasting impact The Thin Man has had on mystery films?
I don't know the exact answer, but I would be very intrigued to know if The Thin Man established some tropes. You know, like I think about, like you mentioned, the grandstanding at the end of, you know, let's have a dinner party with all the suspects and everyone's in one room, and then you have like, again, and you see this with in Knives Out.
Yeah,
you know, it's like the detective is, or you see this in like Hercule Poirot. Now, I mean, timing wise, I think Agatha Christie was contemporary of this time, so it is just a question of like, did the Thin Man invent some of these tropes? Did the Thin Man kind of solidify in our imagination the tropes? Again, that dinner party scene is just so iconic. So I don't really know. Actually, I'd be very interested to know if like a film historian has done like the research and like figured that out.
Yeah, no, definitely the grandstanding at the end with all the characters in one place. I definitely saw like the like all these different characters from all different walks of life, like very Knives Out-ish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the kind of ensemble and all the different personalities and the secrets coming out.
Yeah, and then you find out like they're all like they're not just random; they all have some connections and stuff, like the Hercule Poirot stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What separates The Thin Man from other films of this genre, in your opinion?
Nick and Nora.
Yeah.
Their relationship, because too, and I mean, this is very much like a film of its time, but like Nora is a whole character. You know, she's not really playing any particular female trope, so to speak. So I think the chemistry between the actors and just the fun way the relationship was written, I think that's what makes this really stand out.
Yeah, she's very much like, you need to do this case.
Yes,
Whereas,
she's so
like,
enthusiastic.
I think like in another movie, like the wife would be like, "Stop working so much. Think of our kids."
Exactly, or try to like, even like when he does seem to be going into danger, she doesn't really stop him as much as like, please take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're always just joking.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, so we know we didn't watch the 5 sequels. That's fine.
Okay, well,
There was 5.
5 sequels.
Yeah, 5.
Wow.
I think it was 5. Yeah.
No, I believe you. I think in my brain I thought it was only 2. No, but again, that's what I mean. That's Hollywood business for you. Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and just do it over and over and over again.
Yeah. They didn't have to keep calling it The Thin Man, though. I mean, they could have went like the Knives Out. They could have said like a Thin Man mystery.
I mean, you can say that about Fast and the Furious, though. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Still haven't watched the last one. Don't know if we're getting another one. Who knows? We'll see.
I've yet to see any of them, but I just appreciate their general existence.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah, they're out there.
Yep. What do you think The Thin Man does better or worse than other like whodunit mysteries?
I think in terms of the speed of the jokes, without in any way slowing down the plot. It is a very light, very quick, very witty script. But again, tight 90, you know, like the plot keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. It's very like, so I think that is really good. There's no like elongated gags or bits. It's just like quick little one-offs, little one-liners, facial expressions, reactions, and then the plot just keeps going.
Yeah. Love a tight 90 minutes.
I know, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I think when I think about like, I think the mystery itself, this is, again, my mom was like, this is the best one of all of them. It's still a fairly light mystery. And even for you, when you were saying, like, first time you saw this, you were like, how did that guy be like, kind of like, how did that work out? Like, in terms of, like, plotting, compared to, say, the Knives Out series, which is a little bit more complex in its plotting and really hanging together, I think it's a little bit, like, light. But, I mean, it's also okay for it to be a little bit lighter and more... fun.
Sometimes we just want to know who the killer is.
Exactly. And if you, again, it makes sense after you watch it, like half a dozen times like I have. Yeah. But I think that's maybe its main like weakness, so to speak. Yeah.
Can you tell me any other like mystery movies your mom shared with you?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to think. She was a huge fan of the Hercule Poirot like series with David, is it Sachet? I think was. So like the classic, like the actor you're picturing right now when you're thinking of that character, that actor with the little mustache and everything.
I'm thinking Kenneth Branagh, unfortunately.
Okay, you got to go back. You gotta go back to the original.
I know Albert Finney was Poirot for a while.
Oh, that one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
When I think of Albert Finney, I think of the Audrey Hepburn movie that I made you watch, the 2 Foot of Road.
Oh right, yeah.
Young Albert Finney. Yeah, so she was really into all the Agatha Christie adaptations, like the BBC, anything that the BBC did. There's a couple of like murder mystery TV shows that we would watch. I'm like really trying to cast my mind back. Oh, Foyle's War.
Foyle's, I don't know that one.
Really good. I started rewatching it and then I just like lost momentum. But that one is TV show. So again, we're talking TV shows.
That's fine.
Movies. It's all good. All stories.
It's fine.
And it's set during World War II. So it's like the home front of World War II, and you have like a police detective or chief detective inspector foil, and just him doing his job during the war.
Okay.
So there's a lot of like elements to like things. I think there's an early episode where like whoever was the killer, whoever was the person, like can't be prosecuted because they're too important to the government. So it's like these kind of like complex like questions of justice, you know, in the middle of all this. So that's a great TV show. Michael Kitchen plays the title character.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that one.
That one's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of other ones that like in the Sherlock TV show came out with Benedict Cumberbatch. Like she and I were all over that.
Yeah.
Like 100% all over that.
Understandably
We would
so.
sit down and watch it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like a lot of the sort of classic British like detective things. Anytime they, I mean, like I think she saw the first Knives Out. I think whatever Knives Out were out before she passed, she definitely saw them. Was definitely a fan. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask, what did your mom do for work?
She raised 2 kids.
Okay.
I know it's kind of wild. She
I was wondering, it was like she'd been like a teacher or a writer.
No, and it's one of those people who, like, I think she could have done 1.5 million things, but I think she was really, really happy just to spend her gifts helping her community. Like, so, like, my parents were really involved in the local church, so she was super involved in, like, anything with the church, like, doing all kinds of stuff. Like, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes, like, necessary but, like, unpaid kind of work, you know?
That's kind of like my dad. Like, he was a military man. But once he retired, he was heavily involved in Burlington.
Right, just kind of, and just giving back, and just using his gifts and giving back to the community.
Yeah. And I would say, like, he was never a big movie buff, but he loved talking and, like, using his gift of gab. So I think, like, storytelling, like, that kind of translated to movies for me. Yeah.
Definitely.
Speaking of movies, there were talks long ago, unfortunately, about remaking this.
I am stunned. Like, absolutely not. Like, I feel so strongly.
It's
like,
the machine. It's the machine.
See, this is what I think. I cannot believe anyone. Well, it's like, didn't they try remaking Casablanca? Did that happen?
I think at some point they tried to, and they were like, no, thank you.
No, like, why? Like, remake something that was bad.
Yeah.
Like, go back, find the bad movies that, like, did not catch on and try to make them better. This is gold. Like, do not touch the original Thin Man, you know? What I could see, maybe, is maybe, like, a modern update of maybe that idea of an established married couple. One of them is a detective, and the other one, like, likes to do a little sleuthing on her own, you know?
Yeah.
That, I think, could work. So I think the way The Thin Man is now, it is very much a movie of its time. You know, it was 1934. It was the Hays Code. There's elements to that movie where it's like, okay, some of these things simply will not translate. You know, like you said, like when he has to knock his wife out to try to get her out. Like that's not going to translate well.
No.
So I can maybe see, if not a remake, maybe like a reinvention or an update, or like, let's take this formula and translate it to now. And the only person I would trust is Rian Johnson. No one else. No one else can touch it. Like, he's the only one I trust. But in order for that to work, you have to get 2 actors who have incredible chemistry. You know, and I can't, like, think of anyone on top of my head right now, but, like, 2 actors. I mean, I know you have, like, Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone have worked together quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know?
I could see her as Nora, but I can't see him as Nick.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Because that's when it goes into persona. So, like, when you think about the persona of an actor and the way that an actor's choices are shaped by the persona that's kind of been put upon them, Myrna Loy and William Powell have such powerful personas in this film. I'm trying to think of who has the same sort of, like, urbane intelligence that William Powell has. Because, like, I mean, Ryan Reynolds is too snarky.
Yeah.
He's too, like, a little bit too mean-spirited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of one. I'm sure your listeners will chime in with.
I was thinking to myself when I was writing the questions, and I'm like, I don't know, like Mulaney maybe, but I was like, that's a stretch. John Mulaney.
Oh.
But then, like, who do you pair him with?
Yeah, because his energy is so strong that he's going to kind of, like, overpower.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so No remake for
No,
us.
absolutely not. No, it's like you might as well remake the Mona Lisa. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess it was going to be Johnny Depp, which I don't see at all.
I don't see that, but also I can see that being an idea and at the height, at the height of his like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm. Back when he was doing like the different like character archetypes, very eccentric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not now.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he's going to be Scrooge next, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. I love seeing a new Christmas Carol, but I don't know.
I'd be so fascinated to be like, what do every single time we remake a Christmas Carol, what does that say about a society in that moment? Because the Muppet Christmas Carol is the best one of all time.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
It is the hands down best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Why do you think people should see The Thin Man if they have not?
Because I have exceptional taste and I tell you to.
Okay.
No, it's just a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. You're going to have a good time. I don't know. And I think there's also something to be said, and it's kind of wild. Like, what was 1934? Mm-hmm. What we're looking at, it's almost 100 years old, that film.
Damn.
I know, right? It's,
yeah.
But, like, I think, and that's why maybe I'm happy to be your classics commentator.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thinking about, like, the history of film and thinking about, like, early films and what they established, like when I was rewatching this last night, I was like thinking about this. I was like, these early films established so many of the tropes that we have, so many of even like technical elements of like the kinds of shots that they take.
Yeah.
Like all these things were being invented in these early, decades of the industry. So I think like seeing and knowing the classics and kind of watching how the language of film was being invented in real time. Again, if you really want to do that, go back to the silent. Watch the silent films. I have actually only just recently saw one a couple months ago for my class on like Persona.
Nice.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah. As a physical media stan myself, and as someone who had to digitally rent this movie for $4, and I had 48 hours to finish it, that's not a problem for me. Do you own a physical copy of this movie?
I do.
Good.
I do. I forget how I acquired it, if I bought it or if I asked for it for Christmas and I got it. But yeah, I definitely have a DVD of it.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Good. That's all I needed to know.
The only difficulty nowadays is like getting yourself a DVD player. Because like with our computers, they're like not having the DVD slot anymore.
Right.
It's like,
yeah.
It's offensive.
I picked up a Blu-ray player like Black Friday, Walmart, and they were like, "Really? You sure?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm sure."
Oh my gosh.
I want it.
It's going to come back. I think people are going to get frustrated with streaming and it's going to come back.
Yeah. I mean, vinyl came back.
That's true.
So if you could draw like a thread between this and the other films that you've brought on the show, what do you think the common theme would be?
Okay, so let's like list this out. So we're talking The
Princess Bride. And then you did three. You did three in one.
The Audrey Hepburn.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was Roman Holiday. Two for the Road, and then How to Steal a Million.
How to Steal a Million.
You can just pick your favorite out of those three, I guess.
I gotcha. Well, I will say How to Steal a Million has a lot in common, I think, with...
Yes, it does.
That one has... Okay, actually, let's pick out Princess Bride, How to Steal a Million, The Thin Man.
Right.
All of them have strong central romantic leads.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All of them are extremely witty and fast-paced in their wit. And all of them, I would argue, are significantly less than 2 hours long.
I think so. Yeah. All right. That was a good answer.
There you go.
I just want on record, I had seen The Princess Bride before we did. Not like a lot, but like...
I did not make... I forced you to watch the old movies from before 1950.
Yeah.
Princess Bride is 1987, so...
Roman Holiday was on my list before. I swear.
No, I believe you. Again, I have a list as well, and it's ever-growing.
How would you pitch this movie to audiences? How would you prepare someone who's about to watch it?
Get ready to watch a really fun comedic murder mystery with a really fun couple in the center. Done.
All right. And why does The Thin Man matter to you?
It matters to me because it's one of my mom's favorite movies. And I think of her when I watch it. I think of how much she loved movies and how much she passed that love of movies on to me. And in a lot of ways, like, thinking about, like, growing up and watching this film and just kind of seeing it as a way to honor her and, like, we think about like the people we love who have passed, like they want us to continue living and having fun.
Yeah.
And she would want me to continue living and having fun.
Tying into the larger conversation, why do movies matter to you?
Movies are such a powerful way to tell stories, and stories are what make us human. Like stories are the things that we use to make sense of our own lives, and we can kind of see our experiences reflected back on us, or we can see experiences we will never have, and we can gain empathy. So
awesome. Nailed it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you for having me on.
Thank
so
you
fun.
for being so open on this show. Thank you for coming in on your very busy week off.
So busy. Oh my gosh.
Well, good luck with that, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I already think I have like 4 ideas for our next one. So
we will talk
because we just added
after.
like 3 movies to each other's lists. So
yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I did not write any of those down, so we're gonna have to have
you
like.
just have to listen to this. I just remember Miracle on 34th Street for you, Singing in the Rain for me.
Yeah, that's what I remember. I agree. Yeah.
And now I just got to rewatch those Audrey Hepburn movies again.
You can do it. I can send you the whole list of all 15 and just
Do
watch.
that. Yeah, because I remember there was one that you mentioned when we were wrapping up that episode, and it sounded really good to me, and I don't remember what it was.
Was it the scary one? Was it the one?
I don't know if it was scary. I think Shirley MacLaine was in it too.
Oh, the Children's Hour.
Yeah, is
that
that
you will cry. It's
Okay.
not scary, but it's like you will cry.
Well, listen, like crying is okay. I cry at
That
a
is
lot
true.
of movies, so
Nothing wrong with crying.
yeah. All right, thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Chris.
And folks, thank you for listening to another episode of Movies That Matter. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the show, you can reach me either at Gmail or Instagram at Movies That Matter Pod. You can also be my friend on Letterboxd at Chris Loves Films. As of this recording, my last 4 watches were the original Beauty and the Beast, The Thin Man, Logan, and 21 Bridges. I think I try to get people to raise their eyebrows because I try to do the 4 most random movies every time. Folks, the world is scary. Be kind to each other. When life gets too scary, immerse yourself in your favorite movie or piece of media. Have a good laugh, have a good cry, whatever you need. Don't worry about box office numbers or Rotten Tomatoes scores. Just watch what you love. Entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. Until next time, this has been Chris Flaherty with Sarah Eshelman. Thank you for listening to Movies That Matter.